All right, welcome everybody. This is the MOTT live feed coming to you from the MK Quilt Studios here in sunny, well, not so sunny, Palm Harbor, Florida right now. For the newbies there, we're going to talk about um, troubleshooting your system here, specifically today about testing for timing using the Baste stitch. Uh, but I wanted to explain a little bit here before we get started about what MK Quilts does here. We have an online university called the MK Quilts University. We really have two tracks, as we call it, the educational tracks. We have a premium membership that gets you everything you need to know about using the machine, especially Pro Stitcher. We've had years of content in there. We've been one of the leading handy quilter long arm sales retailers, resellers in the country. We can only sell in the US, but our training goes worldwide. So we've got everybody from Australia to Moscow. So um, what we determined though is that there was a need for technician training, allowing people to repair their own machines. And that's where MOTT, Machine Owner Technician Training, came from. And I want everybody to understand this was done in cooperation with Handy Quilter, so that there wouldn't be any talk of um, warranty issues or things like that. We are the certified technician responsible there. What we're going to do here with the YouTube live feeds, though, is to focus on troubleshooting. It's sort of that gray area in between. The long armor needs to know how to troubleshoot to know whether they need a technician. The technician needs to know how to troubleshoot with the user and vice versa. But in the end, if you need to do real maintenance, hands-on stuff with the machine, that's where, if you choose to, and you don't have a good technician in your area, we invite you to join our MOTT group. So when we finish with the YouTube session, we will move over to a Google Meet session where all the members of the university, of the MOTT membership, can do live Q&A. We will also be sharing some of the resources there. I've uploaded some additional videos and training. And so right now we have a $100 off the annual fee for MOTT. So please check the MK Quilts website out for more information. Also more information about what MK Quilts does, because it's a whole lot of stuff, okay? So like I said, I did want to start out by letting you know that I do work closely with Handy Quilter. They like us because our customers like us and they don't have a lot of problems and things to resolve. But I thought I'd share a little recording I made of one of the last discussions I had with Handy Quilter. So here
Help
you go.
me. Help you. Help me. Help you. Help me. Help you.
Okay, I joke about that because what we do is so different than what most retailers do. Sometimes we really got to convince Handy Quilter that what we're doing is for their benefit, but they're on board here. They want their customers to really get the best service around. Now, if you have a great retailer, great technician, use them. That's not for you. But what this MOTT is for people that um, don't have that good technician, or especially those that are running a business to pay for their machines, their hobby or business, and they need to keep the machine up. Downtime is expensive. So this is clearly not for everybody, but hopefully you'll learn something with our troubleshooting thing. So let's move on to that. I'm actually put together pretty well today with my list here going on. Um, the feed here shouldn't last more than 15-20 minutes before we go into the Google Meet section. And I will even let you watch me on what we do there, but my camera doesn't work in both sessions at the same time, so I will have to cut the live feed. So let's get on to why most of you probably clicked on this link or wanted to see it here. I'm going to present a little, and it's a very short recording of that I did just this week in our repair center, and so it's very rough. But I'll come back and we'll talk a little bit about it, and I will look at questions in the YouTube chat here. Now, understand there's about a 10-second delay in YouTube streaming, so give me a little time to get to it and reply. So here we go. All right, I'm going to give you a technician's description of testing timing and just testing your stitch. The simplest way to test whether you have a timing issue is to put the machine into baste mode. Now, if you don't have Pro Stitcher, you can go to several stitches per inch. We're going to go here, check the baste. Right now we're at half stitch, 1 inch stitches, half stitches, quarter inch. So we're going to do half-inch stitches. All right. So the idea being that the longer the stitch, the more stress is put on the needle between stitches. So we'll start up here, and I'm going to do a needle up, needle down. This is a customer's machine that we were just fixing. I'll just do my little pull up. There, we got them both. All right, now we should be on, and you don't need Pro Stitcher for this, but I want to make sure we're on precision, not cruise, because I only want it stitching. You can see the B12 here. So I'm going to hit go, and you can see, okay, all right, come down to watch the needle. Okay, so it's stitching fine, okay? Going away, and I need to hold the fabric here. Going away, and especially off to the right, see, the timing's working. We're getting a stitch, a stitch, a stitch. I'm going to come back down this way. I bet I can get it to skip a stitch. I'm going to go fast. Okay, that skipped stitching there is not unusual, because what I've done, the thread wraps around the needle, and the quicker you pull it and the farther the stitch, the needle actually pulls away from the hook coming by, and that's why you skip the stitch. So this system is totally fine because about basting. Okay, you can see it's stitching fine. If you can do that type of basting stitch, and come back up to me, Joya. That is the toughest thing there. Now, the other thing that can lead to a basting stitch skipping stitches is if your needle bar bearing is loose. Okay, the best way to test that, and we will go back down to the needle again, I am going to just rotate the needle down, and then I am going to grip the bar and I am going to wiggle it. See, very little motion whatsoever. Now, most machines, when you are quilting with them, will do 50 million or more before you even have to think about this type of wear, okay? Have your machine serviced so that that bar is oiled regularly and you won't have a problem. But that is something else you got to watch out for on the older machines, is that the needle actually has play in it. So anytime you're doing timing or whatever, grab the bar and feel the play when the needle's in the lowest position. So, all right, I hope this raw tip helps you here. Testing timing can be as simple as going into baste mode and stitching diagonally from lower right to upper left away from you. Okay, so there was a chat that I might be echoing. I did recordings beforehand, so I'm not quite sure why that might be, but if somebody else is hearing it too, let me know. But hopefully that video, I plan on doing more recorded content just to be succinct, edited, and that's the type of content that's also going to be hosted in the MOTT area for reference, for later reference as well. And we might pass out links to certain videos as we're helping our customers do some troubleshooting there. So are there any questions on there? I mean, we sell the test kits. We sell a separate video that teaches you, if you just want to know timing your machine, you don't want the whole MOTT, there is a video there. We sell the stuff. I ask that you try not to just do timing on your machine off of the free testing your timing with a dog video. You can try. I spoke with somebody that, yep, they messed up their machine the first time. They think they've got it. Um, Part of purchasing that timing video is it includes the hour of support time that you might need to call us to get the timing actually right, and we'll get on remotely with you. So that also happened this week. If you run over something, have a accident, most likely you're going to need to time. Now, until I see other questions up there, I do want to tell about a real world issue, which is what I cover in my MOTT stuff. We had a customer that we had sold a hook and basket. Now this, everybody should recognize, it's where your bobbin case goes. This is on the shaft, and part of timing is getting it aligned so that the hook passes the needle at the proper time. So the needle comes down and you get good stitches. Now, the issue we ran into is some very intermittent shredding, okay? The timing looked good. Most of the basting looked good. We were running a couple quilts through it as a test out, and we'd get some thread breakage. For the life of us, we can clean. I usually say, take this out, clean it out, redo the timing. And we could not get the perfect stitch without breaking, okay? So we replaced this almost $200 item. I think we're less than $200 still, which is the retail price of these hook and baskets. But the only thing I'd suggest for you, if you have your machine off for timing and you hear a little bit of play in there, there's some clicking I'm sure you don't hear. But that's a free tip for you today, is that getting your oil in here between every bobbin is important, because they do build up a little play, and just a little bit of play can obviously lead to other issues, and I can't explain it. She had replaced it with a good one. Since she bought it from us, we gave her full warranty price, replaced it, because obviously we either sold her a bad one or something happened there within the month. But the other thing I wanted to cover today too was that hook and baskets are not warranty items in Handy Quilters realm. They're standard. I even annotated their warranty. If you go to our support page, I've got their warranty, I've got our extended warranty, and I describe some of that, because if you don't oil this, or you use the wrong oil, you are going to end up with at least a noisy machine, and at the worst, you're going to start having stitching issues that you can't resolve even with perfect timing. So, all right, I'm not seeing any questions here, and I know I've only got a dozen or so people on here watching live. This recording will get edited down on the ends and things and put into the live state on YouTube so people can watch it, but that might take a day or so, the processing and uploading and dealing with time, but we will get it there. The other item I wanted to talk about before we went over to our Q&A, and I'm doing well. I want to make good use of your time. So we've only been going 15 minutes. The other thing I wanted to put up there is some people might hear about our exceptional service program. What this really is our adoption program. We try, and through advertising, marketing, word of mouth, we try to get people to understand that not every retailer has the knowledge or ability to provide the same level of service. Now, that being said, our level of service is the difference of staying at a motel for $50 a night or staying at a 5-star resort. We give 5-star resort service, and it does cost us money. That being said, people will buy their machine from another retailer, or the retailer goes out of business, or whatever reason. There's several reasons. And so if you're in that situation, this is not a MOTT membership. This is basically an adoption service program from us. We treat you like you bought the machine from us. Extended warranty, 10% off. We have a whole list of benefits here I won't go into, but this is something new we've started, and knowing that it does cost money, we're working on a 12-month no interest type payment program on that, and it basically lives forever with your machine. So that machine serial number is ours in our system, and you get all the owner benefits, which includes priority phone answering. I've got a fancy system here now. If I see your phone number, email comes up, and you are an owner, I call you back first. So get in the queue. We also have other people, not just me. We're not just me doing service. Adam is on board here. You can check out our support page. And I hope to have some of the wonderful MOTT people out there willing to do some basic timing and such. Now, MOTT is for using your own machine, but if you have a friend and you know how to do timing, I don't think anybody's going to think that's a bad thing. So I think that's going to help everybody in the long run. So I thank you for the time today. Comments, feedback, anything. What you should do is the same thing for contacting support. This support email will put you into a queue, or if you leave a message on our support line or any of our lines, they get even transcribed and put in for review. So we sort of have a central inbox repository. So it looks like our shop is just closed. We have the shop hop in Florida going on right now, so things have been busy, but we're only open until 2 o'clock on Saturdays. So things are winding down here, and I better get to it. So I'm going to meet everyone on the Google Meet session here, and so that people get an idea what I am talking about. The Google Meet, I did not I did not plan for this well, but let me go into the backside of our, I'll find it here. I am sorry for this unprofessionalism here. I am going to drag this over to my window over here so I can share it with you. Look at that. Okay, so I'm going to go preview your site. Okay, so we're going to go to the dashboard. This is what a user would do. Now, right now we're working on improving this 10-second delay because we have so much information right now. We're working with our provider. But you can see we have a forum here that you will have access to. It's like a Facebook group. And under our events, we have the YouTube event. And, oh, this is the inside stuff here that you might find interesting, but we also just have training classes on the basics of how to open and service your machine. But here under the event here, I can just go over here and I can click on this. And it's not going to use the camera because I'm already using it. So it gave me an error. But then all you got to do is click join and you're in the Google Meet session with everybody else. So consider joining MOTT with us if you have any interest in maintaining your own machine. And I hope to see you in the group. All right. See you, everybody.